If this video reaches your...
The caption says, I have an eviction and I need TikTok help. Realistic mommy moments. Realistic mommy moments. But she spelled mommy wrong.
For you page, can you do me a solid? Thank you. Repost this video so that it can reach all the realtors, landlords of social media. Do you hear me? TikTok, help me. I know y'all can. The power of TikTok is something spectacular. But for real, y'all, on a serious note, I need help. Y'all know the factory, we looking for a space because our time at our current space has expired. I do have, in fact, an eviction on my credit. That eviction is 1 year and 8 months old, which is hindering me from finding anywhere to house me in the factory. So if y'all can do me one good solid and share this video, repost it to anyone you know, because that somebody might know somebody that know a landlord or a rental property.
Hey y'all, my name is Portia.
This caption says, I racked up 100K of debt from gambling. I need help. That's crazy. Let's see.
Hey y'all, my name is Portia, and I'm a recovering alcoholic
And an alcoholic.
and a gambler. I talked about my gambling problem vaguely over the last couple of months, but here is the truth. It's gotten so bad. It's gotten really bad. It's gotten really bad to the point last night I spent every single dollar I had.
Oh,
Every
wow.
single dollar. And I'm so numb, I can't even cry about it. And it won't do me any good anyway. So I just got off the phone and I had a talk with a longtime friend. And he's a director of finances. And I finally just came out to him and I'm just like, I fucked up big time. Fucked up big time. I am in 100K a day because of my gambling problem, amongst other things.
You know, it's funny, man. Some of y'all ladies be having these friends that like is really y'all perfect husbands. You got all these vices, these gambling addictions, and ultimately you're financially irresponsible. And then your friend is a finance director, and yet he's in the friend zone because it's probably look, he likes the numbers. So maybe he's not, I guess, for lack of better words, as cool as you would like, right? He don't got motion how you would like. He doesn't maybe you don't like the vibe per se, but like this is I get what you like, but that's what you need. And I always find it amazing when we have all these fickle reasons of, disqualifying people in relationships when it's really probably the best thing for you. Now that's a bit assumptive, but that's just going off what I typically see, right? Guys don't typically just keep themselves available to be able to assist you in your times of needs and be there for you. And if they have their own women, right, their own wives or whatever, I don't think that would probably be appropriate, right? So the fact that he's around and accessible like this probably is an indication that he probably likes you a little bit or whatever the case, but he may just not get the juices flowing per se. Y'all, before we get back into it though, if you could like the video, I greatly appreciate it. Only takes a second and it actually helps out more than you know. And also if you could hype.
And I had a talk with a longtime friend. And He's a director of finances, and I finally just came out to him, and I'm just like, I fucked up big time. Fucked up big time. I am in 100K a debt because of my gambling problem, amongst other things. Like a good 70,000 of that is from gambling.
Where the other 30K come from?
And I need help.
You need help?
So I've been being told to put myself on a ban list for the casinos.
Okay.
And every time I say, okay, yeah, I'm gonna do it, but I don't ever do it.
So you don't need help. You've been given the help, you've been given the advice of what you need to do. But ultimately you're not doing it, you're not taking it. So don't say you need help. Because all these are choices at the end of the day. We're gonna unpack it, but let's finish it out. But these are your choices.
For this video, I'm already putting it out there to the world. After this video, I'm gonna put myself on the ban list in my state. That's a start. I know it's not everywhere, but it's a start.
I'm gonna follow up.
I need help. Or else I'm gonna relapse.
Oh, really?
And my life is.
So here's the thing. She's saying she needs help or else she's gonna relapse. Again, ma'am, you're grown. But at the same time, like, what help do you mean? If you put yourself on the ban list, then you can't do it anymore, right? So then I'm just curious, what other help do you need? She didn't beg in this video, thank goodness. But my thing is just, it sounds like you need accountability. And so maybe you need a person to basically keep you accountable, right? Somebody to be there to have some checks and balances, maybe even oversight on your finances, whatever that could look like. But ultimately, I don't think it's that hard. You know, I used to day trade in the stock market, and I make that akin to gambling. That was really my biggest form of gambling in my life. And I recognized it and I just simply stopped. And I took more of a long term view and a long term outlook on, a bigger time horizon. It wasn't that hard to stop. You're in 100K of debt. Again, I'm glad she didn't start begging, because what it ultimately highlights to me is you want to make money fast, and you want things to just come out of thin air. And the reason why I'm glad she didn't beg and she didn't like include a link or whatever, because I don't really think that will help solving the problem instantly in thin air the way you were gambling, by people just giving you money, wiping away the debt, because then it'd be too easy. I think you need to actually have to feel the brunt of this, feel the impact, work hard to make up the gap and to make up, this circumstance that you put on yourself. And then I feel like that would actually serve as a great reminder and a deterrent moving forward, so that you never end up in this situation again.
I can't wait till we can sit down and have the uncomfortable conversation about women who raise
Her caption says, single mom burnout.
these children by themselves in the economy that we live in. How many mothers that actually have to figure out a way to make it in a one-parent household with children and just one person that provides, or nobody wants to talk about the moments when I spent every single dime of my money to buy a car that ain't working good no more and I have to buy another car, or when my rent is behind because I had to pay for something else and my kids needed something else more and I have to choose what they need more. or the birthdays that I celebrate by myself, that I orchestrate by myself with no help from nobody else, or the holidays when people get lots of gifts and they get celebrated and I don't get nothing, or when I'm celebrating other people and I don't feel celebrated, when I have to get up on the days and I feel sick and I don't even feel like I got an inch of energy in me to get up and go figure it out. I still have to, and nobody is coming to save me. Like, if I knew that life...
It's not funny, but it's kind of funny. She basically just she said we never talk about these things, and then she basically just listed off all the things it is to be a man. That's what I found kind of humorous. Nobody talks about you're not getting celebrated, you don't get no gifts, you got to do it on your own, and then to cap it all off, and nobody's coming to save me. These are all the things. This is the plight of a man. Did you know that? But ultimately, you're an adult. And, it's funny because she said we never talk about basically all these things and how that weighs on a single mom. No, I think we talk about that a lot. I think that's always brought up. And we always empower single mothers, and we've been doing it for a long time. I think what we never talk about is what I have began talking about, which is why did we make these decisions to end up in this situation to begin with, but then want to be saved? And why do we feel like we should be celebrated and all this type of stuff? You decided to take that on, right? You decided to craft your life this way, especially when we're talking about the single part and the mom part, because we never talk about why did you decide to have kids before you were married. Now, if you end up in this situation after a circumstance like that, then we can place you over into the outlier category. And then we're still going to have the conversation, but you don't have to feel like a hit dog and you don't have to holler because you know that you're excluded from that. But I feel like we never actually talk about the decisions that people make, especially I'm just bringing up one kid, but we see a lot of women out here with far more kids than that, with far more men than that. And I feel like that is something that we treat as taboo and that we never really discuss or get to the root cause of, or even try to teach the younger generation to stray away from it because we don't address it. And I think it needs to start getting brought to the light more so that we can save people before they get into these situations feeling like this.
Feel celebrated, when I have to get up on the days and I feel sick and I don't even feel like I got an inch.
Oh yeah, that's another thing. Plight of the man. We got to get up and go to work on the days that we feel sick. She listed every single thing she listed out was what it is to be a man.
Of energy in me to get up and go figure it out. I still have to, and nobody is coming to save me. Like, if I knew that life would be this way, if I felt like that every day that I wake up that I would rather die than to live because of the overstimulation of it feeling like it's just me by myself and I have to pull it together just so somebody can call me a strong black woman or a single mother or whatever the fuck they call us. Like, nobody talks about our mental health. Nobody talks about trying millions of times to find relationships and try to settle down and give your children two-parent households, and these people are manipulators. Not only do I have to take care of kids.
Oh my goodness. Oh wow, she's really on her big one today. Listen, she said trying to give my kids a two-parent household. So you're supposed to already have the two-parent household before you have the kids. Yes, it's going to be much more logistically challenging after the fact to get somebody to sign up for giving your kids a two-parent household. It's not impossible, but you're definitely going to have to make some concessions and compromises on maybe some of the things you want in order to get what you're saying is what's best for your kids. But what I find here is she could have a perfectly capable man, a provider man, a man that's doing all the right things, that's got sense, that's got all the leadership qualities, and then he could get disqualified just because he's 5'3". And we see it all the time. So that's another thing that no one talks about that we need to start talking about. Are we going to talk about that? Probably not.
And try to settle down and give your children two-parent households, and these people are manipulators. Not only do I have to take care of kids, I have to heal myself from a motherfucking breakup that doesn't go away as soon as possible. Or what about the time when I was growing up as a child with a single mother, with a father that wasn't there? So boom, there goes something fucking else for me to heal from that I didn't cause my fucking self. I'm so fucking overwhelmed. I'm so fucking tired of making shit happen all the fucking time. I am fucking tired. Nobody talks about how fucking strong you have to be to keep all of this shit bottled up, and it never ever gets fixed. I hate fucking working every day and having to get off work and have to go spark and drive all fucking night after I woke up at 6. And then people are like, oh, why your hair look like that? Oh, why your nails ain't done? Oh, why do you have those huge bags under your eyes? Bitch, I'm fucking depressed. What the fuck else do you fucking want?
This is crazy that people come online doing all this. She got a lot of engagement on this as well. I would argue there's probably going to be a lot of support, but there's probably also going to be some things in there that's not going to help, right? So you need to talk to somebody that has your best interest at heart. Maybe, honestly, if it gets this bad, you probably need to talk to a professional. Because, listen, I'm an empathetic person. I'm very empathetic. Y'all probably don't know that, but I am. But at the end of the day, I'm trying to address a bigger issue when I come on here. And so I'm going to be factual. Have you ever had somebody, for guys, a lot of times it's going to be in a relationship, right? Where you're trying to actually address an issue, but then crying or something like that can start to get in the way and detract. And now you have to divert from the issue that you were trying to address so that things can be solved moving forward. And now you have to address the emotions, and be there for that person. Well, I'm not in a relationship with you. And so I don't owe you that. So I'm just going to address the issue. Right. And so that's what I do. But we'll move on to something else. And then what I will do is, because we were only halfway through, so I'll put the rest of this at the end of this video. So we'll come back to it at the end, but we got to mix it up a little bit.
I'm just sitting here. I kind of already had a moment, and now I'm about to cry again. This past year it's been so hard for me. It's been so difficult for me. It's been hard for me to just be open, you know what I'm saying, and to be vulnerable and to get on here on my platform, because I don't like doing it. I don't like doing this, you know what I'm saying? I don't like for people to know my business. I don't like for people to know what I'm going through. I don't like for people to see me as weak or as lesser than because of the things that I'm going through. But I'm sitting here and I'm telling myself that my story is just important. What I'm going through is just important. What I'm going through doesn't make me any less significant. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all go through things in life. Like, we all face trials and tribulations. We all face challenges, Like, y'all see where I'm at. I'm staying with somebody for the time being. Me and my baby, we've been homeless for a year, and we basically just been hopping from house to house ever since I got evicted. I
already know the nail police. Y'all gonna be all over them nails in the comments.
someone to heal. I chose someone to better myself and became a better person, and I chose to want to pursue my dream, which is music, and I have done that, which I've always pursued my dream. But
hold on. So the nail police might be onto something on this one. What was that? You got a kid and you ended up homeless and now you got to stay with somebody. And it wasn't life that did it to you. It was but the fact that you want to be the next Cardi B and pursue a music career, this is what I mean. See, she said, we never addressed this, we never addressed that. Remember the last video? How do you want to do everything? So you want to live the selfish life as if you are single and you're your own responsibility by pursuing a music career, which ultimately has you on the streets. But then you also decide to have kids that you got to be responsible for and that you have to prioritize stability for their best interests. These are the things we don't talk about and that we don't address and that we don't check ultimately.
Like this last past year, I've actually been like year and a half actually. I've actually been consistent and taking it more serious than I ever have. I actually made a commitment like this is what I want, this is
She
what I'm
made a
gonna do,
commitment
which is not just the music but content as well. I
and
like getting
content.
on here. I like posting videos, creating videos. You know, I'm just a creative person, so I express myself through my music, you know, through my creativities. And I'm not even gonna lie, it's been difficult. Like recently, it's been difficult. I had just recently.
Oh, and then we done got the final nail in the coffin right there in that caption she just put. Notice she just said everything. So basically, what she's saying in so many words is that she refuses to work because she wants to chase her music career and then also sprinkle in some content creation. But ultimately, she doesn't want to have to work. She just wants to make money in those ways. And then the caption reads, I had a plan to move to Atlanta, but because of my eviction, what I owe my last apartment is on my credit. So it's hard for me to get a place out there because of that. So now she's also about to try to move her child out to Atlanta. She just got evicted. She wants to move out to Atlanta because I'm assuming she thinks that that will boost her music career, which it won't. And basically, she's about to go. Sounds like wherever she is, she got evicted and she has a safety net there. But now she wants to move, take the baby out to Atlanta for them to be struggling and ultimately under a bridge in Atlanta. We don't address this. Should I look at her stuff too? Like, should I look at the music? I'm sure she's got it on her profile and see what type of music she's making. After she's done, I will.
Really lost my job. It's at a point like I'm just tired of house hopping. I'm tired of laying on people's floors. I'm tired of, you know, sleeping on blow up beds. I'm tired of living out of my fucking
So why you don't
suitcase.
get a job?
I'm just tired of every fucking thing. So I don't know where to go from here. I don't know.
Look at that. Another caption. Boy, these captions, boy. I guess she thought it was helping her, but it's only for people who's actually paying attention, it's only hurting you. The next caption says, I've used all the resources in my state that I possibly could, which isn't much considering my situation. So she done been on all the public assistance programs in her state. She done used it all up. And she still ended up at this situation. And I would argue it will be very easy to use it all up when you're just so adamant about not getting a job and you're just gonna and all your free time is just going towards what music videos in the studio, picking up your phone on TikTok, nothing productive.
Necessarily what to do. No, like I don't. I really, like I say, I don't like doing this type of stuff. I don't like doing this type of shit. But y'all are more than welcome to send
Oh,
anything to my Cash App, to my Chime.
oh my gosh. Well, her captions. If her captions was bullets, man, I would be in pieces right now. Like I would, if her captions were bullets, boy, she'd have ripped me to shreds. Cause now she done. I said way back she put the final nail in the coffin, but now this is definitely the final nail in the coffin. She done put the cash out. So basically, what she's asking, if you're really paying attention, is fund me while I live my dreams. Fund my music career because that's where her money's gonna go to. Guaranteed, any money she gets in, that's going to studio time. Maybe it's going to visuals. Maybe it's going to paying for beats. But clearly, it's not going towards what her priority should be, which is a roof over her and her child's head. Do it if you want.
Um, y'all can go stream my music. That'll help as well. Y'all can go share my music with y'all friends, with y'all families. That'll help just get more eyes, more attention onto my music or onto my page. Like, anything that you can do will be very helpful. Like I said, like, yeah, I'm fed up. I'm so fed up, and I'm really trying to trust my journey. I'm trying to trust my path. I'm trying to trust the process. I'm doing something that has never been done within my family. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing something that nobody wanted to do and that everybody was scared to do. I don't have any support. I don't have any.
There go another kill shot. I'm starting a GoFundMe too to help pay off what's preventing me from getting a home in another state and also help get me a car. So we just creating all type of crowdfunding, all type of donation campaigns for like regular life that we're choosing not to do. We're choosing not to work. And you're also a drain on the system. So people who you exhausted all the government resources or, the resources in your state, as you said, which ultimately took away from another person who probably really did need it and maybe doesn't have the capability to work. And so you should be ashamed of yourself for that as well. Because you can work, you're choosing not to. But you are spending your energy doing something that's clearly not paying off.
Help. That's why I'm coming to y'all right here, right now. Where I'm at right now, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, the person Slick didn't want us to come here, but I was in a situation where I'm like, we don't have anything anywhere else to go. Like, I can't keep affording high ass hotels, so I kind of just popped up here, and I apologize for popping up here and stuff. And I told him, I'm like, I didn't want to just pop up here. I told him we was coming, but I'm just like, we literally don't have any other choice. I literally don't have, like, we don't have anybody. Previously staying with my sister, she had ended up putting us out. Her ex that she was messing with, he got out of jail and he came back, and she told us we had to go. I went.
They'll try to make it seem like I'm the worst person in the world because I review this stuff. But you know what's funny? Look at what they reveal. If they're revealing this, imagine what they're not saying. So she's revealed that because people will be like, "Oh, you take pleasure in people being destitute or others' misfortunes." This isn't misfortune. This is a choice. She's choosing not to go to work and to try to be um sexy red or whatever. Cardi B, she's choosing, she wants to do that, which is very improbable that she will ever get to where she thinks she's going to get to. So she's delusional as well. And it's clearly not paying off. Clearly. And she's still choosing to die on this sinking ship or to drown on this sinking ship, I should say. Then what comes out as well is her sister decides to get with a dude in prison. And so, like that other woman was saying, nobody ever talks about being single and the dude is this, that. Y'all picking dudes in prison. Didn't I bring it up? I said, you don't want the good-hearted 5'3" person with a degree. You're you kicking out your own family because the dude just got out of prison. Now everything changed. He get out of prison running ish. Talking about some, yeah, get her up out of here. This is my house now. I ain't paid a single bill in here, but now I'm running things in this house. Ain't that crazy? And these are the choices. You're picking dudes that just fresh out of prison. And then you're trying to be a video vixen or whatever. Man, and this is why, man, I don't worry about that. We're going to keep talking about it because this is egregious. And this is insane. And like she said, we never talk about these things. No, we never talk about these things. These things need to be talked about. They need to be addressed. And yeah, we're going to talk about it for sure.
To my other sister's house. She stays in like a small 3 bedroom. Y'all probably saw me there in my previous videos. The other place I was staying at, that was her place. She has 4 kids. 3 of them
And she got
live
4 kids.
there. I
And her sister got 4 kids. 4 kids. Are these 4 kids by the dude that just got out of prison?
guess to her it was just too much stress on her, because what she was going through with her situation and stuff like that. And I feel like that was starting to affect me and my mental. And I just started to feel really drained. I don't know. I just feel like, it was just like people started acting funny, moving funny. And I'm like, I can't go back there. So got a hotel. I had got my paycheck, and I spent majority of it on the hotel for a whole week. And I'm thinking like, this is it. You know what I'm saying? Like something has to come through, some sort of opportunity. Like ended up getting to the end of the week and went in the hotel lobby for a whole like maybe 5-6 hours.
Okay, let's check out. Let's check. Let's see what we can find on her music. Then we'll go back to that last clip. This clip went longer than I expected. I'm guessing this is her dancing into her music. Let me see. Okay, let's. Well, let's go, shall we? Let's see some of her stuff.
So now I'm about to step, 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 step. I'm stepping on a neck, step.
I don't know if she's gonna copyright me.
Steps, step. Choosing my direction. Don't care if I fall.
It doesn't sound that bad. It sounds pretty good. The reason I was laughing was when you're scrolling over the videos, it's muted, but you can see them dancing. So I just saw her dancing. So I was just like, I know she's not dancing. But it didn't sound that bad, but I don't think that's gonna get you. I don't think we're gonna make it out the hood with that one. Just being real. Because things are very saturated. That sounds like a lot of stuff that we hear. So let me see if I can see anything else that may give us indication that we're gonna make it out the hood with this one. Let's see. Is she? Let's see. I don't know. Well, I don't see anything else. But let's go back to that last clip. But yeah, man, you're gonna have to just get a regular job, probably another one, 2 of them, and you gotta make it happen. But yeah, you don't get to try to chase your dreams. You don't have kids.
And the fucked up part is, I cannot fucking do this shit in front of my fucking kids because they think I'm so fucking strong, but I'm so fucking tapped out. On the times that I show up to programs with my kids, and I'm the only motherfucking person there. On Christmas, when I have to figure out if I want to pay my rent or buy my kids gifts.
Man, that's an easy decision to make. What are you talking about? See the prioritization. Do I pay my rent or get my kids some gifts? You can kill 2 birds with one stone. You could pay your rent and your kids would be building some character. What are we talking about? And you know what's crazy? They'll be like, oh, you reacting to her doing this, that, and the third. Why you even post this? They won't never get on the people who decide to post something online. They have no culpability, no responsibility. But because we reacting to what's already been posted and what's already gaining traction, all of a sudden it's insensitive.
My car been squeaking and making noise forever, and I can't even afford to fix it. Nobody gives a fuck about us. Nobody gives a fuck about us. And I'm so fucking tired, bro. And I don't know what the fuck to do about it. I've been pushing and praying and praying and pushing and praying and fucking pushing. Like, what the fuck? I didn't choose this life for myself.
What?
I made some bad fucking choices, though, I tell you that. I chose fucking...
Ma'am, just stop while you're ahead. I'm gonna save her because she's just discombobulated. I don't know why she still hasn't taken this down. This video has over almost 100,000 shares in itself. It's got almost 1 million likes, almost 100,000 comments. I don't know why you would still want this just gaining traction. She said, I didn't choose this for myself. I made some bad choices. I didn't choose this life for myself, but I made some bad choices. I had to say it twice for emphasis because of how crazy that sounds. I didn't choose. Hold on.
I didn't choose this life for myself. I made some bad fucking choices, though, I tell you that.
Choose and choice is the same word, ma'am. And they mean the same thing. That's how I know that's why I went ahead and stopped it. Listen, but you know what? We're going to finish it actually, because again, you clearly know that you're not in your right mind after this video, but you kept it online. So what that indicates is that you wanted to gain traction. You wanted to go as viral as possible. She's probably eating real good off this video. So shoot, we gonna finish it actually.
I chose fucking terribly, I tell you fucking that. I got more motherfucking issues to heal that I didn't even cause for my fucking self. I tell you that fucking shit. I don't want to be fucking strong no more, y'all. That shit is getting so fucking overwhelming. I have to find time to go to the gym and find extra things to take care of myself because I have to make ends meet because I'm all that my kids got. I'm all they fucking got. Oh my God. When I say I'm tapped out, man, for the last month, I can't even find no rhythm for myself. I've been getting up late for work every single fucking day.
Getting up late?
I've been picking up my bank account hoping that I can get a big blessing to fix at least 10% of my problems. I mean, I go to fucking work, I take care of my fucking...
A big blessing just magically appearing in your bank account is not going to fix your problems, because you clearly have systems that allow you to still end up in this place anyway, which is an indication that there's more going out than there is coming in. So even a blessing would only just buy you more time, but it would still be inevitable that you would end back up here. So you have to actually fix the root problem as far as why you're not actually able to keep more every month. And that way you have some type of safety blanket so that when things come up with your car shaking, you can just take care of it. And it doesn't hurt you too bad because you already accounted for that. So we need to stop thinking that blessings and people donating or whatever is just going to solve our problems. It's not. The problem is what it is. And so you have to actually directly address that first.
kids. I literally try my fucking best. I'm just over fucking well.
Okay.
I'm tired of
And it's pretty much over. But listen to this. Listen to this music. Listen to this that's been going on in the clip this whole time. Watch this. You hear the music?
I'm just over fucking well.
You hear the music?
I'm tired of feeling...
You hear that background music on there? And then do you see that caption over top of that? And then do we see these hashtags? Hashtag single mom, hashtag mental health matters. Description: my book will be out soon. Cash App is currently down and not letting me receive any payments here. They're trying to use the Cash App tag and not the link in the bio. Oh, were y'all feeling bad? Were y'all feeling bad this whole time? Because you know this is intentional, right? So now we see what the intention behind the video is. And I waited to really disclose that point because I don't mind being misunderstood or whatever the case. It is what it is. But ultimately, what I'm trying to convey you is that she had time to review this video of her acting a dang fool. Like I had already mentioned, she didn't take it down, even though it's already been up. Why are you still leaving this up here? Are you proud of it? And she did editing on it. She done went and added background music. So that means she was watching it back and then she had to adjust the background music so that she could still make sure that she could hear her voice over the music. Then she put the title, she put the tags, hashtag mental health matters, hashtag single mom. Then she put a description letting you know that her way of collecting payment was down. So she got right to business, didn't she? But here's another way that you can get me whatever, right? Her Cash App probably crashed because it was so many people donating. And so you fell for it, hook, line, and sinker. Congratulations. And this is why I don't feel bad because I'm looking at things for what they are. You came on, ma'am, you had every opportunity to get to your senses and say, this is not a proud representation of what I want to represent. And so I'm not even going to post this, or after it starts gaining traction, I'm going to take it down. And I'm sure if we looked in the comments, it's people, falling for it and feeling so bad. I don't feel bad because it's clear that you have ulterior motives for why you even did this. And so, like she said, you chose this and you did make choices. And so you got to be responsible for it. But ultimately, most people don't want to be responsible for the choices they make. And then they want to try to make other people feel bad. And then make other people feel like it's their responsibility to come up and clean up behind you. And like she said at the beginning, oh, what we never addressed. No, that's what we don't address. And that's what needs to be addressed. Y'all, we'll leave it there for today. If you could like the video, I greatly appreciate it. Only takes a second, and it actually helps out more than you know. And also, if you could hype the video, hype is a new feature that YouTube offers where it helps smaller content creators like myself. And basically, when you hype, it actually pushes us to the extent that it pushes the larger content creators. So you just press the hype button and it shows the points. And since I am a smaller creator, a smaller channel, we actually get more points per hype. And hype was designed for smaller channels. So that's why your hypes go further. And then also, if you run across a video and you don't see the hype feature, then it's probably been 7 days, and hype usually vanishes after 7 days. So that's why. And also, if you want to become a member, you should be able to see on the video, see a join button. You can press that join button and join the DXU family. And what that will come with is badges that show next to your comments, which indicate that you are a member and it has that prestige. And then also you will get early access to content as well as exclusive content. So if you want to join that, definitely feel free to hit that join button. But until then, I'll catch you in the next video.